Right, welcome back to another game of Play Action Football. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of Play Action Football. And in this game, we're picking up a game that I started offline between the 1984 Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We are in the second quarter. It's 17-3 Tampa Bay. And it is now currently 4th down and 8. So Minnesota with the ball, and there are 10 minutes left in the second quarter. So Minnesota is going to do a coffin corner punt, and Tampa Bay scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal in the first quarter. Minnesota managed to get 1 field goal. All right, coffin corner punt for the Vikings. This is a terrific one. This is going to be down to the 2-yard line. So Tampa Bay is going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 2. Both teams are in the pass-heavy offense. I think I'm going to switch that up a little bit. I'm going to put them into the balanced offense. I've been doing the pass-heavy for a while, and they're really just a little bit under pass-heavy, and so they're sort of at the edge of balanced and pass-heavy. So 1st and 10. This is going to be Tampa Bay as the white die, Minnesota the purple. So 1st and 10, this will be a medium pass against a base blitz. And medium against a blitz. Both teams are running the 3-4. So that's going to be a -2. That basically is a 1. That'll be an offensive penalty pre-snap. So illegal substitution. That's going to be take them back to the 1-yard line. And so they're going backwards at this point. So 1st down and 11. A 2 is going to be a medium pass again. And this time against the base. -2. 9 minus 2 is 7. And that's going to be an incompletion. So try to throw their way out of it. It'll be 2nd down and 11. 2nd down. Sorry, I think I used the wrong. Should have been a draw play. But we're going to go with a short pass against a base defense. And short against a base is a -1. So basically that leaves this 6. 6 on a short pass is going to be incomplete as they try again with DeBerg to throw the ball out of the end zone. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. So 3rd and 11, they're going to throw a deep ball against a base blitz. They still didn't roll a very high roll. So deep against the blitz is a -1. And so 8 becomes a 7. 7 on a deep ball is a pass deflection. So they get the ball to the receiver, but it's going to lead to a deflection. Let's get a punt. That's going to come out of their end zone. Probably going to wind up with good position for Minnesota. 5 is 40 yards. So 10, 20, 30, 40. And we'll see about the return for the Vikings. The return is going to be 16 yards plus 2. So 18 yards on the return. 10 and 18 is down to the 23. So excellent field position for the Minnesota Vikings, who desperately needed that to get back in this game. And let's see if they can put something together here. 1st and 10. This will be a medium pass against a blitz, and that's a -1. So 8 becomes a 7, and that's going to be an incompletion as both teams struggling with the pass here. 2nd down and 10. We have a short pass against a blitz, and that'll be a 0. So big opportunity here with a 19 on the short pass. That's good for 13 yards, and that'll take them down to the 10. So 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the Vikings. Excellent play. And we'll look at our goal to go chart. So 1st down and 10, we got a 6. That's going to be a short pass against a goal line defense. That'll be a 0. Minnesota has, I should be figuring in, they have a -1. So that's a 14. 14 on a short pass is good for 9 yards. That takes the ball down to the 1-yard line. 7.5 minutes left in the half. Minnesota threatening to score. They've got 2nd down and goal from the 1. This will be an inside run against a base defense, and that's going to be pretty good. That's a +1, so that negates their -1 on offense. And then that just makes this a straight up roll. So 15 on an inside run is good for 7 yards, and that'll be a touchdown for Minnesota. And there was much rejoicing. 59 is extra point is good, and that's our first score of the second quarter for either team. As Minnesota puts 7 on the board, they get to within a touchdown, and maybe it's good luck for my Vikes to be on camera. I don't know. So 7 minutes left in the second quarter. My plan is to finish out this entire game, so we'll be playing basically 2.5 quarters. I'm not keeping stats other than the score, so just kind of playing this one free and loose. Got to kick off. Let's kick off with Minnesota. 3 is not going to be good. Oh, that's not bad. 62. So 61-2. That means it's picked up at the 3. And we got a 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, and a chance for a long touchdown run. A 5 is going to be 20 yards, so 10, 20. So that's a long 60-yard return out to the Minnesota 37 is where Tampa Bay is going to start. So Tampa with a chance to score here at the end of the first half. It's going to be a 5. 5 is a short pass against a base. That's a -1. They already have a +1, so that makes them even Steven. And 13 yards on the short pass. We'll take it down to the 24, and that'll be 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 24. Nice job by DeBerg. First down play. This is another short pass against the base, -1, so that makes them even. 13 on a short pass is D6 +5, and so that'll be good for 10 more yards as they pick up another first down, and it'll be 1st and 10 Tampa Bay from the Minnesota 14. So from inside the red zone, we've got a 3. That'll be an outside run to the base. That's a 0. So they're +1 on offense. 17 on an outside run is 13 yards. So 10, 11, 12, 13, and he gets pushed out at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 or 1st and goal from the 1 for Tampa. 4, that's an inside run against the base. Pretty good call. That's a +1, so that makes them a +2. 19 on an inside run, D10 +5, so that's definitely going to be so that's an 8, so that's definitely going to be a touchdown as they run it up the gut. And a 99 is going to be a missed extra point, so we'll see if that comes into play. So they missed an extra point on a 96 to 100. They rolled a 99, and it's now what is that? 14, 17, 23 to 10. 23-10. I expected this to be a blowout. Minnesota's not good. Tampa Bay is not great either. It's 6 and 10, but they're definitely better. They have a 1 -1. Minnesota's got no offense or defense number, so they're in the bottom. That means they're basically in the bottom, probably the bottom 5 or 8 in every category in offense and defense. So pretty bad. The kickoff is going to be a 6. That's going to be a touchback. So Minnesota will start 1st and 10 at their own 25. We have 5.5 minutes left, and Minnesota has the opportunity to try to go down and get another score before the end of the half. That's a low number there. That's not going to be good. This is an inside run against the base. So a +1 negates their -1 overall. 3 on an inside run is a tackle for loss. That'll be -1 yard. Brings up 2nd down and 11. So Minnesota, 2nd down and 11. We're looking at a medium pass against a nickel blitz. So medium against a nickel blitz is a 0. They're a -1 overall, so 11. Oh, it's just into their incompletions as they just miss. This is Tommy Kramer at the helm for the Minnesota Vikings. And another low roll. That's never going to be good. So we got a deep ball against a base blitz. And that's going to be a -1, makes them a -2. So 4 -2 on a deep ball is a 2. And that's going to be a sack for -10 yards. That'll be, not -10, -7 yards. And that'll drive them all the way back to the 17 as Tommy Kramer kept drifting and drifting, waiting for somebody to get open, and couldn't get anybody open enough to let the ball go, and he takes a sack at the 17. So got to get a punt here for the Vikings. And 7's going to be a pretty good punt, 45 yards, 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to the 38-yard line. And the return is 27, I'm sorry, it's 16 plus 6, so 22 yards, 10, 20, and 2. Tampa Bay will take over 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 40. And they got a first down play here. So it's going to be a screen pass against a base. So that's a -1. That negates their +1. So straight up, 8 on a screen pass is going to be good for 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the Minnesota 38. Creeping into field goal range. They probably need another 10 yards or so. 2nd down, it will be an inside run against a base blitz. That's going to be a 0. So they retain their +1 advantage. 12 on an inside run is good for 5 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3. 3 minutes left in the half for Tampa. 3rd down and 3. This is going to be a screen pass against a blitz. Pretty good call. Screen against the blitz is a 0, so they retain their +1. 8 on a screen is 2 yards, and that's going to leave them 1 yard short. So it will be 4th down and 1 from the Minnesota 31. That's going to be a 48-yard field goal. They're 1 to 60 from 40 plus. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 to 60. This will be good. We read the white die first. We got a 15, and that is going to be up and in for a 48-yard field goal for Tampa Bay. 2:15 left in the half, and Tampa Bay is going to be kicking off. As they put it together, they've scored 9 to the Vikings 7 here. They lead, what is that, 17 plus 9, 26 to 10. 26 to 10 here as we are heading into the halftime. So we get a kickoff, and 6 is going to be another touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 Minnesota at their own 25, not the 35. Actually, let's put Minnesota in the pass-heavy offense. They're going to try to steal possession here. They're going to get the ball in the second half, so if they can try to put together a little drive, they're going to be in the 2-minute offense with the pass-heavy play calling. So, 1st down, this is going to be a screen pass against the base. So that'll be a -1, makes them a -2. 10 on the screen is good for 6 yards, and that'll take it out to the 31. Every play is going to just be one move of the one box of the clock. 2nd down, we have a deep pass against a nickel. That's going to be tough sledding. That's a -2, makes them -3 overall. 17 minus 3 is 14. On a deep pass is just incomplete. Oh, it's killer. So it brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, we have another deep pass, this time against the blitz. Let's see if they got him here. It's a -1, makes them -2 overall. 16 minus 2 is 14. Oh, they just keep missing, man. They're right there. Like, the difference is 14 to 15. That's where the completion is, and they just keep missing by just a hair, just a touch off. And we're going to have a punt here from Minnesota. 10 is an excellent one. 55 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 5. That takes the ball down to the 14, and a 2 is going to be a fair catch. So 55 high and deep, and nothing but a fair catch there. We have 1:15 left in the quarter, and Tampa Bay is just going to run this one out. They don't want to screw anything up, and so they get a inside run against a blitz is a +1. So I'm sorry, it's a 0. So they have a +1 advantage. That'll be D6 plus D6. And that's good for 11 yards. Nice pickup. Let's bring up second down. 45 seconds left. You run the ball hoping maybe you bust one, but ultimately this is probably the last play of the half. Second down, this is in medium pass. We're going to call an inside run against the base blitz. So that's another 0. They're a +1, so 8 becomes a 9, and that'll be good for 3 more yards. And I think we're going to run the clock out with that one. So Tampa Bay is going to be happy to go in with the lead. It is 26-10, and Tampa Bay will be kicking off to Minnesota. Just as a reminder here at halftime, you can pick up this. This is the 1984 season, and it has just been released, so you can pick that up. I'll put the link down in the description. But you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com, and you can check out the Play Action Football page if you just click the link at the very top of the website. Or if you're on mobile, if you go into the little hamburger menu and go to Play Action Football and click that link, you're going to see all the seasons that are available. So right now we have 84, 85, 91, 2007, and 2023. I'll be working on 2024 once the season ends. And not sure exactly what else I'll be doing. Maybe 60s or 70s. I'll try to put something together from earlier football seasons as the next one. So after 2024, I just want to keep up with with the current seasons, and then sort of make my way backward and start doing classic seasons as well. So this will be finished hopefully in the next few months, and you'll be able to purchase 2024 and replay that if you want. For sure, I'll have 2024 ready by the time football starts in the fall, and that won't be an issue, I don't think. So hopefully we'll have more than one season out by then. But we're turning the clock. We're getting on to baseball season, so my focus shifts a little bit more to the baseball games and doing some of those games. I'm going to be porting over the Game of Dice baseball seasons over to the new clarkandaddisongaming.com. We only have one season there right now. Otherwise, you have to purchase them at the gameofdicebaseball.com. But I have something like 20 plus seasons over there, so should be better if I can get everything all into one place, and maybe I can shut down some of those older extraneous sites. I basically just have one site for every game, and I've consolidated. I didn't realize I'd be creating this many games, so I consolidated the games into one website and still trying to get everything moved over while still building out seasons and still creating new game engines. All right, second half action. 26-10, Tampa Bay is ahead. They'll be kicking off to Minnesota. Kickoff from their own 35. This is the first play of the second half. A 7 is going to be a touchback, and Minnesota's going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. We'll put Minnesota in the balanced offense. Let's see if maybe they can put some things together running and throwing. If not, we'll have to get them back to throwing the ball. 2, that's going to be a medium pass to a base defense, and that's a -2. They overall have a -1. So they're -3. 11 on a medium pass is just incomplete, and that will bring up second down. So that -1 is really killing them here. They would have had some big plays they would have completed more passes, but that -1 overall is just really a killer. Second down, this is a draw play against a base. On the draw, they get a +2, which gives them a +1, so that's nice. 12-13 on the draw is going to be a D10 worth of yards. It's 9, and that's a good call there. Takes it out to the 34, brings up third down and 1 for the Minnesota Fighting Vikings. So 1 on third down. This will be a screen to a blitz, also a good call. That's a -1, becomes a -2. Basically a 7 on a screen is going to be 1 yard, but there is an opportunity for a penalty here. So let's see what the penalty is. Is there one at all? There is no penalty. So 1 yard gain is going to give them a first down, and that will be 1st and 10 at the 35. So just are able to scratch out enough to move the sticks. Wasn't much, but they didn't need much, so that's okay. So we got a medium pass against the base defense. That again, -2 becomes -3. 15 on a medium pass is D10 plus 11. And that's going to be good for 13 yards. So 10, 11, 12, 13. And it will be 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 48 as the Vikings, with a little bit of strategy at halftime, I guess, coming out and trying to figure out this Tampa Bay defense. This will be a screen pass against the base. A -1 becomes -2. So 6 on a screen is good for no yards. So that's going to lead to a 2nd down and 10. Second down play. This is a short pass against the base. -1 becomes -2. 4 -2 on a short pass is, a pass deflection. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 as that pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage and knocked away by one of the big paws up front. 3rd down play. This is a screen to a base. That's going to be -1 becomes -2. 14 on a screen pass is D6 plus 3. They're not going to be able to get a first down here. So it's 6 yards. Takes them across midfield to the Tampa Bay 46, and that's going to have to lead to another coffin corner punt. So let's see, the last time they put them at the 2 yard line. Let's see what they do here. This time, not nearly as good. This one goes out at the 20. So Tampa Bay will take over 1st and 10 at the 20 yard line, just a net of, 26 yards. So not great. 11:45 left in the 3rd quarter, and Tampa Bay is going to take over. Tampa 1st and 10. This will be an outside run to a base defense. That's going to be a 0, so they preserve their +1 advantage. D6 plus D6, so 8 yards. There's an opportunity for a penalty here. The penalty is offense post snap. So that's going to be offense post snap. That's a holding call, so that's going to be -10. And that's going to take them back to the 20. So that's going to bring up 1st down and 20 from their own 10 yard line. So we get an outside run against a nickel defense. And that will be a +2 overall. 11 on an outside run, good for 4 yards. So that'll take it out to the 14. It'll be 2nd down and 16. So 2nd and long for Tampa Bay as they try to get out of this hole of 6 here. Is not good. We got a medium pass against the base defense. That's a -2, so that's going to make Tampa Bay a -1. 6 becomes a 5 on a medium pass. That's going to be a pick. So Minnesota comes up big with the interception. That'll be Bess. Don't know who that is, but he made the pick. 2 on a medium pass is 10 yards plus 4, so 14 yards down the field. Is going to put us at the 28 yard line. That'll be where Minnesota takes over 1st and 10. So 10:45 left. That's a big play for the Minnesota Fighting Vikings as they get 1st and 10 from inside the Tampa Bay 30. They got to turn these into points. We'll see if they can. 6 is going to be a screen pass, and that will be make them a -2. 11 on a screen pass is good for just 2 yards. Youch. Brings up 2nd down and 8 as the runner gets tripped up, or he could get ahead of steam. 2nd down play. 4 is going to be a medium against a base. At -2 becomes -3. And 4 on a medium pass is a sack for 6 yards. Ouch. So that'll take them back to the 32. It'll be 3rd down and long. So 10, 14 yards. 3rd down and 14 for Minnesota. The 3rd down call is going to be a short pass against a blitz, nickel blitz. So short against a nickel blitz is a -1, makes them a -2 overall. That was 12. 10 on a short pass is going to be incomplete. So the blitz works and causes the incompletion. Minnesota is at the point where they can kick a 49-yard field goal. They are 1 to 60, just like Tampa Bay, 1 to 60 from 40 to 49. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll read the purple die first. It's a 100, and they missed the kick. So I thought I had a provision in here for a blocked field goal. Let me look that up real quick. I have a provision for a blocked field goal. I see 100, and that's like triggering something in my mind. Hold on. Alright, so I checked it out in the game guide. I just couldn't remember. I knew I had a provision there, but it's a 1 to 5. If you roll a 1 to 5, then that's a chance for a blocked field goal. So we got a missed field goal, and that's going to put it's going to spot the ball at the 25. So 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 1st and 10. We'll take our 15 off. So 9:15 left in the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay, and I'm going to put them into the run-heavy offense, see if they can run off a little clock here. Going to start focus on running the ball. They're up 26-10. Minnesota hasn't proved to be a very they haven't posed much of a threat, let's put it that way. So they've had the ball in very advantageous situations and just haven't been able to score. So it's been a pretty tough game for my Vikings, but they were 3-13 in 1984, so not a great season. A little better in 85, but man, just not a good time. I actually started to become a Minnesota Vikings fan just after this period, so that was when I really started paying attention to football. It's like the late 80s, and they've had a pretty good run for most of the time in the last 35 years. So we got 1st and 10. This will be a short pass against a base. That's a -1, so that negates their +1. This is a true 11, and that'll be good for 6 yards. Takes the ball out to the 31. It'll be 2nd down and 4. 2nd down play, inside run to the base. That's a +1, becomes +2. They need all of that. That's going to get them 2 yards as they try to bust it up the gut. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2. This will be a draw play against a nickel. Draw against a nickel is a +1, makes them a +2. So 10 on a draw is going to be a D6. They're going to need at least a 2 here to get a 1st down. They get a 4, and that's going to take them past the sticks to the 37. That'll be 1st and 10 for Tampa Bay as they fake the pass, hand it off, and they get the 1st down. 3 will be an outside run to the base. So they retain their +1 advantage. Outside is 2 D6s, and that'll be a 5-yard gain. We do have a chance for a penalty on the play. 4 is no penalty, so 5 yards as they take it out to the 42. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the Tampa 42. Second down play. Medium pass this time against a base as DeBerg drops back. That's going to make them a -1 overall. 7 becomes 6. 6 on a medium pass is going to be a pass deflection. So nice defense there from Minnesota to hold. Third down and 5. And let's see if DeBerg can get them past the first down marker. 6 is going to be a draw play against a blitz. That's a +1, and they already have a +1, so they're +2. 15 on a draw play is D6 +8. So that's going to be good for 10 yards. That'll pick up the first down. Takes them across midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 48. 6.5 minutes left in the quarter. We get 1-1 short against a base. -1, so that evens them out. 12 on a short pass is good for D10 +2. And that's just 4 yards on the pitch and catch. So it brings up second down and 6 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Second down play, inside run against a base. +1 becomes +2. And 14 becomes 16. So another 4 yards. And that'll spot the ball at the 40. It'll be third down and 2. 5.5 minutes left in the third. Third down play. This will be a medium pass against the base defense. That's a -2, so Tampa Bay a -1. They're throwing right into the teeth of the Minnesota defense. 13 becomes 12. And on a medium pass, still a completion for 11 yards. It's going to take the ball down to the Minnesota 29. And Minnesota can't quite string together multiple good defensive plays, as DeBerg and the Tampa Bay Bucks have just been too much in this game. Got a nice high roll here. Let's see, it's an inside run against the base. So +1 becomes +2. 17 becomes 19. And 9 yards on the carry. Takes it down to the 20-yard line. Brings up second down and 1 for Tampa Bay. Second down play. This is a short pass against a base. -1, so that evens out Tampa Bay. 14 is a pretty good roll. That's going to be good for 9 yards as they take it down to the 11. And I'm going to switch over to the goal line defense, or the goal line offense, just because we're right there. You don't have to do it from outside the 10, but the advantage is you get rid of these deep passes. And a deep pass here is going to be 18 yards, and it's just too many yards. We only have 21 to work with, and it's going to be a D10, so anything greater than a 3 is going to be out of the end zone for this one. You're all but assured of throwing it out of the end zone. So whenever you get down here, I like to just try to get into that goal line so that you have those medium passes instead of the deep passes. So 1st and 10, this will be a short pass against a goal line. That's a 0, so Tampa Bay is a +1 overall. And 9 on a short pass is going to be incomplete. Second down and 10. They can technically get a first down without scoring. Second and 10 from the 11. This will be another short pass against a base defense. So -1 negates their overall +1. 16 on a short pass is D10 +6. So good for 8 yards. And that will be third down and 2 from the Minnesota 3-yard line. Let's see if Minnesota can hold here. 3rd and 2. We got a short pass against the goal line. So 0. So they're still +1. 16 on a short pass is D10 +6. And that's going to be good for 7 yards. And that is a touchdown as DeBerg goes to Giles. Giles, the backup or second tight end. And let's see about the extra point. Extra point is good. I don't think at this point there's any need to try to go for 2 to even out the scoring. They're ahead by so many. I think it'll be okay at this point. So that makes the score 33-10. I believe that's right. So 21, 24 plus 9, 33. Yeah, 33-10. And this one is becoming a laugher blowout, as you would expect for facing a team that's a 3-13 record. So let's see about the kickoff. And the kickoff is going to be a 10, just 57 yards. So 61, 2, 3, down to the 58, or down to the 8, sorry. And then the return is pretty good, 32 plus 2, so 34 yards. Brings it out to the 42-yard line. So excellent return game. And that's going to give Minnesota a really good field position. Let's see if they can come through. Let's get them back in the passing offense. They're so far behind, they got to try to start playing catch up here. Maybe they'll catch lightning in a bottle and get hit on a couple of big plays. We'll see. First down and 10. This is going to be a deep ball against a base. That is a 0. They're a -1 overall, so 13 on a deep ball is incomplete. And this is one of the difficulties. If you don't have a good offense and you try to throw the ball, you could wind up with some 3 and outs really quickly. Outside run to a base, and they're a -1 overall, so 11 on the outside run is good for 4 yards. Takes it to the 46. That'll bring up third down and 6 for Minnesota from their own 46-yard line. We got a draw play against a blitz. So that's a +2. That turns their -1 to a +1. 8 becomes 9. Doesn't really help them much. They only get 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down. There is 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Fourth down and 1, 2, 3, 4. They're just going to take a shot here and go for this fourth down play. Fourth down and 4, we're in this column here. So that'll be an inside run to a base blitz. That's a 0. They're a -1 overall. 9 on the inside run is good for 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and they're going to come up 1 yard short as Tampa Bay will take over at their own 49. They needed to get to the 48. They got to the 49. This is pre-coach's challenge. Otherwise, at that point, you could do a coach's challenge to challenge the spot. And if the spot is overturned, then it would give you that extra yard. So the coach's challenges are actually quite good for those types of situations. And those are outlined in the game guide about what types of situations. You can challenge catches, you can challenge fumbles and interceptions and spot of the ball, and both the offense and the defense can challenge the spot of the ball. So it's kind of some cool things that you can do with the coaches challenges if you want to incorporate those. There's no reason you can't incorporate them into older seasons like this. The mechanic works the same and you challenge the same things. So first down and 10. Tampa Bay into the balanced offense. They're up 33-10. And this will be, we'll just call this the last play of the third quarter. So outside run to a base blitz. That'll be a -1, so that negates their overall +1. 13 is going to be good for 6 yards. There's a chance for a penalty. The penalty is offense pre-snap. So we have a delay of game. So that's pretty tough coming out of a change. And that's going to put the ball at the 44. It'll be first down and 15. Clock does not move on a pre-snap penalty. I'll roll those again. All right, so a screen pass against a base. That'll be a -1, so that negates their +1. So 7 on a screen pass is good for 1 yard. Got another chance for a penalty. This time it will be no penalty, so just a 1 yard gain on the screen. Good job by Minnesota to cover that up. We'll call that the end of the third quarter as the clock runs out, and we will begin the fourth quarter. So we're at 33-10. Minnesota did not score in the third. Tampa Bay put up a touchdown. Our scoring is tapered off a little bit from the first quarter, so Minnesota bowing up or Tampa Bay coming back to earth. I'm not quite sure what it is. I believe that Tampa Bay took a fumble back for a touchdown, or they had a return for a touchdown or something like that early on. So, I mean, they're not a great offensive team either. So it's like second down and 14. Second down and 14. Got a low roll here, so a chance maybe for another penalty. Second down, this will be a medium pass against nickel. That's going to be tough sled, and that's a -1. So their 3 on a medium pass turns into a sack as Minnesota drops to Berg for -8. And that'll put it all the way back to the 37. It was Holloway with the sack. That's going to bring up third down and forever. So 10, 22, third and 22. Not sure what you got on the play sheet for that. But we'll see. They got a nice high roll here. Third and 22, we got a deep ball against a base blitz. And that'll be a -1. So this is a straight up 16. And 16 on a deep pass is D10 plus 20. So if this is at least a 2, they'll have the first down. It's a 4. So 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they pick it up on third down and 22. They get 24. And that's kind of the year that it was for Minnesota. So first and 10 from the Minnesota 39. We get a medium pass against a base defense, -2. So Tampa Bay becomes a -1. 14 is 13 and still good for 14 yards. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll be a first and 10 from Minnesota's 25-yard line. Screen pass to a blitz. So that's a 0 there, +1. So 7 on a screen is 1 yard. There's a chance for a penalty. No penalty on the play. So just a 1 yard pickup on the screen pass brings up second down and 9 for DeBerg and the Bucks. 1 is an inside run to the base, +1. So their +1 becomes +2. 7 on an inside run is good for 2 yards. 12.5 minutes left in the game. It is third down and 8. Third down and 7 for Tampa Bay. So we get a third down play. This will be a medium pass against a base defense, -2. So Tampa's a -1. That was a 15-14 on a medium pass, D10 plus 10. So they're going to pick up the first down. So 10 and 16 takes them down to the 6-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Tampa Bay. First and goal from the 6. Inside run to the blitz. That's a 0. You can see that there. That's a 0. So they're a +1 overall. 9 on the inside run is 3 yards. That cuts the distance to go in half. It'll be second down and goal from the 3. We get a 5, so that's going to be a short pass against the goal line. That's a 0. They're a +1, so 11 on a short pass. Oh, just completed. 6 yards and a touchdown, and the extra point is good. So in the fourth quarter, Tampa Bay dents the scoreboard first. It will be now 40-10. Tampa over my Minnesota Vikings. So not sure why I played this game. I was just looking at all the cards that I didn't cut out the whole season, so just looking at what I could play, and I really like to test it out on the terrible teams to see how they play. So 9 is going to be 58 yards, so that takes the ball down to the 61-2, down to the 7-yard line. And a 9 is a good return. 32 plus 4, so 36 yards out to the 43. Return game has been on point for Minnesota. We got 10:45 left in the game. We'll keep Minnesota in the balanced offense. They got really no shot here, so let's just have them a little bit more balanced. Outside run to a base. So they're -1. 15 becomes 14. And that first down play will be good for 8 yards. Good pickup. So 7-8 out to the 49 of Tampa Bay as they cross midfield. Fourth quarter, 10 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game. Minnesota down by 30 as they look to finish out strong. Second down play, this is a short pass against a base. -1 becomes -2, so basically a 5. On a short pass is a pick. Wow. The pick is made by Brantley, the inside linebacker. And the 7 on a short pass is line of scrimmage -3. So the line of scrimmage is the 49. So the new line of scrimmage will be the 48 of Minnesota as the inside linebacker picks off Tommy Kramer and runs it back 5 yards from the point of catch. And another turnover for Minnesota. Let's get Tampa Bay into the run-heavy offense. Let's just try to have them burn as much clock as possible. 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in this one. First down play is going to be an inside run against the base. They're a +2. 16 on an inside run is going to be good for 4 yards. So takes the ball down to the 48. It'll be second down and 6 for Tampa Bay. And second down play, medium pass against a base. That's a -2. At least makes Tampa Bay a -1. 17 on a medium pass, though, is good for 20 yards, but we have a chance for a penalty. So we got a 5. That's no penalty. So it'll be 20 yards, and that'll take the ball down to the 24. It'll be first and 10, Tampa Bay at the Minnesota 24. We get a 5 to a 2, so inside to a base, +2 overall. 15 on an inside run is good for 7 yards. Don't know if Minnesota's given up at this point, but they're giving up huge chunks. We get second down play. This will be a short pass against the blitz. So -1 makes them even. 13 on a short pass is 6 yards. So that'll give them a first down as they are going to spot it at the 12. It'll be first and 10 from inside the red zone. Inside run to a base, +2 overall. 12 becomes 14. And that's going to be a run for 8 yards. Puts the ball at the 4. It'll be second down and 2 from the 4-yard line. We got a 5. Medium pass against a base. I don't know about that, but they got a high roll. So it's going to make Tampa Bay a -1. 15 on a medium pass. D10 plus 11. That's 12 yards. They had 14 to work with, so in the back of the end zone, DeBerg gets it to Giles again. So becoming his favorite target, I guess, the number 2 tight end. 46 is going to be up and in, and Tampa Bay has put up 2 touchdowns here in the fourth quarter. They take a 47-10 lead and just pouring it on the Vikings at this point. Poor Minnesota. Can't do much to stop anybody, and I suppose this is probably what it was like to watch them play in 1984. So we get a 5 on a kickoff. 5 is a touchback. I think I hit the thing there, but hopefully I didn't move too much. Looks okay. So Minnesota will take over first and 10 at their own 25. Let's put them in the passing offense. Let's see if they can get anything going. Minnesota 1st and 10. Desperately trying to get back into this one. 5 is going to be a deep ball against a base defense. They have a nice high roll here, so let's see. Deep against a base is a 0. They're a -1 overall. 15 on a deep pass. Oh, they finally complete it. D10 plus 18 is good for 23 yards. So 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, and that'll be 1st and 10 from the Tampa Bay 48. I think if they'd have hit on some of those passes early on, maybe the game would have looked a little bit different. At this point, another high roll. 2, that's going to be an outside run against a base. So they're a -1. 16 on an outside run is D6 plus 6. That's good for 8 yards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2 from the Tampa Bay 44. 2nd down play. This is an inside run against the base blitz. So a 0. They're -1. 12 is 5 yards, and that takes the ball down to the 49. So Minnesota moving the ball now with the Tampa Bay backups in there. Finally getting some good play, some good rolls here, high rolls. This will be an outside run to the nickel. So they're going to get a +1. That negates their -1 overall. So 16 on an outside run is D6 plus 7. And that's good for 8 more yards as they're sort of chewing it up on the ground here. 2nd down and 2. 4:45 left in the game. 2nd down play. This will be an outside run to the base. So they're -1. 8 on an outside run is 2 yards. Chance for a penalty. It's an offense pre-snap penalty, so they're shooting themselves in the foot. That's a false start, and it's going to take them back 5 yards. So it will be 2nd down and, what is it? 2nd down and 7 from the Tampa Bay 36. 2nd down play, outside run to a blitz. They're -2 now, so basically a 6 on an outside run is no yards. That brings up 3rd down and 7. So they went from 2nd and 2 to now 3rd and 7, and just one of them days, I think. 3rd down, deep pass against the dime. That's really bad. That's a -3. Becomes -4. 11, 7 on a deep pass is a pass deflection. They narrowly avoided the interception there, as Tommy Kramer decided to go for it all. We got 4th down, got to go for it here. That's going to be a 2. It's 6 plus, so it'll be a short pass against the nickel. That's going to be a 0. They're a -1 overall. 12 becomes 11, and that's going to be good for 6 yards. That'll take it down. Once again, they remain 1 yard short. They needed 7, they got 6, and they just could not push it past the 1st down marker. So Tampa Bay is going to take over on downs again, this time at their own 30. We have 3.5 minutes left in this one. And I'm going to call it here and just assume that Tampa's going to run the ball out. That's just going to be how it's going to end. So the final score in this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 35 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 35, 38 plus 9 is 47. And the Vikings managed to squeak out 10 points. So all in the first half, they were shut out in the second half, and that's how this one's going to end. 47-10, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a divisional game at home blow out the Vikings from the 1984 set. So again, you can get this set at clarkandaddisongaming.com. Multiple seasons are available there. I'll put the link down in the description. If you have not subscribed to this channel, click on subscribe. And you will be notified of new videos whenever I post them. I've had a couple of videos just this week, and so that's been really good. A few new games. We have this season set. We have a new AI-generated basketball game for the NBA There are 3 full seasons available that you can play and demo those. Let me know what you think about the game. I haven't started production on that yet, so I'm still waiting to hear feedback. There's a couple of good things, like adding a team card that just has more of the team stats and how the team did, what was the team record and stuff like that. So I'll be putting those together. And then any thoughts that you have about the game engine or the roles? It's a super simple game, flows really well. It's not detailed, but it's got enough detail for you to keep all the stats. It's just not crazy detailed in the distribution and things like that. But I think that it does a really good job of keeping all the stats and making sure that the players who got shots get shots. And there's a little bit of player choice in there too that you can use, and for distributing the ball to the players that you need to. That's the hard part about basketball. So check that out. That's at the Facebook group. So if you want to join the Facebook group, go to groups, look up Clark and Addison Gaming, and answer a couple questions. Agree to the group rules. I'll let you in. And in the file section, you can download that. If you're not on Facebook, then just let me know. Send an email to clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com, and I will send you that. Or you can go to the website, clarkandaddisongaming.com, and go to the contact page and send a form and just say, hey, I'd like to try the new AI generated game. You can also go, it's actually on the website. So if you want to download it from there, you can download it from there. So you don't need to email me. So I usually release these things only to Facebook, but this time I put it on the website. If you go to the free section, so click the big green button at the top that says shop all games. Down the left side, you'll see the free section. Go to the free section and you can download the game with all 3 seasons included, plus the game guide, plus a score sheet, plus all the charts that you need to be able to play. It's not that many charts. The game guide has all the charts inside of it. So everything you need to play the game, and the charts are on their own page, so you can just print those out if you want. I don't know if I have any cards for that. I'll show you what they look like. Here's a version of the card. You see Pat Riley here. So this is from the 1971-72 season. Here's a few cards from the 2007-2008 season. Also have 85-86. So all 3 of those seasons you'll get. You can see here's a Carlos Boozer card. It's got the player's stats, and these are the game values that you use to play the game. A little bit about him. And for the demo sets, I put I went ahead and put a picture of the logo, the appropriate logo, which you can get at sportslogos.net. You're going to have to add the logos yourself because I can't do that for production seasons. But since I'm just giving this one away, I thought you might like that, to have that on there. So every team has its logos. Kind of a simple play system using just 2d6 dice. Everything sort of makes sense whenever you play it. And again, that was me starting with ChatGPT and just asking it to create a specific kind of game. And then I just kept kind of working with the game engine, asking it questions, add this, can you do that? What does this mean? So it really sort of unfolded through the ChatGPT. It was a lot of back and forth. It was not, hey, do this, and then that's what comes out. You know, you gotta like really work with the AI in order to do that. So sometimes it's been good for just generating ideas, and sometimes it's been good for doing a game like this. But it's not just give me a game like this and it comes out perfect. You got to really kind of go back and forth. In some ways, as if you were working with a human creator, but also if your human creator was 6 years old and really smart. So that's kind of how it goes. So it's a weird and interesting process, but I think the game that came out of it is really cool. A lot of fun to play. You can look on this channel and you can find full demo games that I've played using those sets. So 2007, 2008, I think I've done 85, 86 game, and I also did one of the 71, 72 games. So you can see how the game flows, how the game plays. There's substitutions, and on the clock that I created, there are a possibility. I put a little chart there. Let's see. I have it here. So I got a little chart here that gives you a sense of, you know, if the player is 30 to 40 minutes per game, he should be somewhere 6.5. I actually have a new version of this. It just says 40 plus 30, 20, 10. Because really it's at 30 minutes a game. It should be about 6.5 minutes. So anywhere between 6.5 and 10 minutes, you should be getting a player in who's 30 to 40 minutes a game. So hopefully I made that pretty clear, but if I didn't, then maybe I can explain that a little further. But it's really up to you to kind of determine minutes per game, but the minutes per game are on the cards. You can decide how to do your rotations, who's going to get into the game. I have how many games each player got into, so you can see who were the backups for real. You can also look on Basketball Reference at specific games if you want to replay specific games, or you can just generally see, okay, these guys were the backups basically who played in the most games, and you can go from there. A scorecard is included with that, a score sheet, so you can keep track of fouls and points and rebounds and steals and all that kind of stuff too, for both the starters and the backups. And again, let me know what you think of that. You can go to the clarkandaddisongaming.com and you can download that again from the free section. There's lots of goodies in the free section, lots of demos. In fact, there's a demo for this game that you can download if you don't want to just buy it. Otherwise, it's $20 for a season. You get the entire season. You can see there's, you know, these go four to a sheet. So modern day football, basically you get one division per sheet that you print out. Older seasons like this, they had anywhere between 4 to 6 per division, so a little bit different, but only 3 divisions, so a little fewer teams, but a different layout. The last game I played was between Seattle and Washington. Those teams also from 1984. Here's the Cardinals. Excellent offense, average defense. That's Neil Lomax, Otis Anderson. I don't recognize anybody else on here. Jeff Bostic. And then they got their defensive players here. So you have rushing and receiving, sacks and interceptions. So you can do stat keeping with this game. I just haven't been doing that. I've just been playing it out. It plays a little quicker if you don't keep all the stats, if you're just keeping track of the game flow. And the game flows much better if you're not keeping track of all the stats. But if you do want to do that, it's all available to you. It's super easy. I've included a score sheet with the newer version of this, and that score sheet allows you to keep individual player stats. So you just write in the individual players as they make plays and as they have catches and rushing, yardage and stuff like that. So these numbers are all based on how many touches each player had during the actual year. So every significant rushing attempt went to Wilder, and 1/3 of all the receiving, not targets but catches, they all went to Wilder. So he was basically, DeBerg got one guy he was throwing to. But House, Carter, Bell, Giles, they all had receiving touches over here. Minnesota spread it out a little bit more. They had Anderson, the fullback, and Brown, the running back, and basically splitting the carries. And then Nelson, who was maybe a backup. Nelson got a 20% of the carries as well. So that's about how many carries, how many receptions, how many sacks, and how many interceptions, and then what percentage of those did the player get out of 6. You just sort of add those together, and then what percentage do they get out of those players. So out of all these players, Bess had 40% of the interceptions, and basically that's how I do that. I have to do that by hand at this point. I haven't automated that part yet, so that's why it takes a little bit longer for play action football to get going. So I got that. 2024 with Precision Baseball is getting close. It's just a lot of same thing, kind of like massaging the stats and making sure that everything looks good. The cards are done. All of the charts are done. I think I'm just on to testing and kind of going through everything. Otherwise, that should be done by the time we get to spring training, which is coming up very soon. I think pitchers and catchers report in another week, 10 days, something like that. So we're getting on to baseball, and that should be out by the time spring training gets into full force in March. It'll probably be out by the time pitchers and catchers report. So be looking for that. That will be the 2024 season, so the one that we just passed. So we'll have 2003, 2023, and 2024 available for Precision Baseball, and I'll have to begin working on another season of that. Again, we can only go back to 2003 because of the stats that are used, so it'll be from 2003 till the present, and those will be the most historic seasons at this point. So continue to work on base baseball 1972. I gotta just proof those and get it ready. Just push publish basically. So if you've been waiting on that, then that's kind of where that stands. I just have to make the time to do that. But basically I'm just proofing the card set, and that's got multiple seasons that are available as well for the On Base Baseball Pocket Edition, which is a printed version that you can play, and that fits inside the size of a card deck. So that's super fun to play and very portable, and I really enjoy it. We got several seasons already. 1972 is coming. All right, I think that's enough here, enough damage for the day. Thanks for all your support and everything that you do. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That's a really easy way to support what I'm doing. You can join the Facebook group, like I said, and also if you want to share this video, or you want to just share Clark and AddisonGaming.com, you can share that with friends, put it on message boards, tell everybody you can. The game and the people purchasing, getting interested in the games is growing every year. So very much appreciate everyone's support. This has been a total ground up operation. I'm only one man, and between putting out new seasons and creating new games, which is a part I really enjoy, hopefully that comes across, everything is done really well. So I really appreciate everyone's support. It's not easy to be in there doing battle with APBA and Strat. My games just don't make a list anywhere. So anybody who's purchased my games or talked about my games or enjoys them, that's real icing on the cake, because it's tough sledding when all the mentions are for other games but not yours. So try to do my best to get it out there and to create games that are fun, to create games that can be played in a reasonable amount of time for a middle-aged person who has family responsibilities and kids, and you don't have all the time in the world. But hopefully everyone can enjoy these games. The faster you can play them, the more you can do with them as far as longer projects. So that's the big hope. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.